example, this is a low pitch, while this one is a high pitch. The second element of music is melody. It is a succession of high and low sounds. It may also be described as the combination of pitch and rhythm. It is the most remembered element in a song. In relation to a song, the melody is what the soloist always sings. For example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and this is the melody of it. A melody can be described in two ways. The first one is conjunct. A conjunct melody is easy to play or sing because the notes are near each other, thus resulting to a smooth performance. For example, lo 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 lo. The second one is disjunct. It is difficult to perform a disjunct melody because it is mostly disjointed or jumpy. For example, lo 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 lo. The next element of music is rhythm. Rhythm is a pattern of sounds and silence with combinations of long and short sounds. Rhythm is the element of time in music. Here is an example of rhythm. A lot of people are confused with the difference between beat and rhythm. Most of them thought that beat and rhythm are the same. But what is the difference between the two? Let's find that out. Beat is a steady and regular pulse we hear in music. One good example of this one is your heartbeat. Can you feel your heartbeat right now? And tell me how you feel. So here is an example of beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How steady that pattern is. Rhythm is the actual flow of music through time. It is a combination of sounds and silences or short and long sounds. For example, now for our next element, we have tempo. Tempo indicates how fast or slow a piece is to be performed. Tempo markings are important for us to know how fast or slow we are going to perform a particular song. Here are some examples. Largo, very slow. Adagio, slow. Andante, walking pace. Moderato, moderately. Allegro, fast. Presto, very fast. Prestissimo, very, very fast. And vivace, very fast and lively. Now, these tempo markings are just some of the many tempo markings we have in music. Now, this image will help you identify which tempo marking is faster and which one is slower. Another element of music that we have is harmony. Now, harmony supports a melody and is a combination of two or more musical notes sounding together. Harmony can also be heard in chords. Now let me play to you some examples of those chords. Let's start with the C major. D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and going back to C major. Harmony can also be described in two different ways. Now, the first one is what we call dissonance. Dissonance are harsh sounding combination of musical notes or sounds. For example, and the other one is consonance. Now, these consonances are a smooth sounding combination of musical notes or sounds. For example, now let's go to texture. Texture refers to the number of layers used in a composition. Now, it may also refer to the individual instruments you hear in a particular song. For example, you hear a guitar, a violin, a piano, and a voice or a singer. Another important thing that you need to remember about texture is that it consists of three different types. We have monophonic texture, polyphonic texture, and homophonic texture. Now let's try to identify the differences among the three. Let's start first with monophonic texture. It uses only one melodic line, therefore there is no accompaniment or harmony. You will only hear a soloist singing in a cappella without accompaniment. The next type of texture is homophonic texture. It has two or more notes sounding at the same time. It can be performed with a soloist or with an accompaniment. Now for our example, we have here a soloist and a pianist performing at the same time. Now another example is a choir or a chorale, wherein a soprano, an alto, a tenor, and a bass is singing at the same time. And for our last texture, we have polyphonic. It has two or more independent melodies performed alternately. Now, the most common example of this one is canon and fugue, where the melodic lines are being performed alternately, repeatedly. Now, in polyphonic texture, we have the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and the bass singing one after the other or alternately. Are you sleeping? 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 Morning bells are ringing. The morning bells are ringing. Ding dong ding. Ding dong ding. Now let's go to the next element of music, which is dynamics. Dynamic signifies the degree of loudness and softness in a piece of music. In order to identify how loud or soft you're going to perform a song, we have dynamic markings. But it is also written in Italian. But when you look at a musical score, you will only see abbreviations. For example, we have here pianissimo, and the abbreviation or the symbol for this one is double P, which means very soft or very quiet. For piano, we have P, which means soft. Mezzo piano, MP, means moderately soft or moderately quiet. Mezzo forte, MF, which means moderately loud. Forte or F, which means loud. And fortissimo, FF, meaning very loud. Now I want you to look at this image. Now you will see that the more F it has, the louder it becomes. And the more P it has, the softer the music must be performed. Aside from those symbols, We also have other dynamic markings such as crescendo and decrescendo. Now for crescendo, if you're going to look at the symbol or marking, you will see that you will start soft and then gradually increase in volume. On the other hand, for decrescendo, you will start loud and then suddenly decrease in volume. The next element, we have timbre. It is also described as the tone quality or color of a voice or an instrument. Because of timbre, you can easily identify that this is my voice. And at the same time, you can also identify that I'm playing on the piano.
Since timbre is the quality of sound or tone color, for instrument, we can identify if it is a metallic, wind, or string, or percussion. For the voice, it could be a nasal, throaty, or chest.